think we should say something. I blinked.
I feel like the bubble may have burst.
There's no question this Tilray event 2 days ago has taken the wind out of a lot of the wind out of the sails. It has. You can say whatever you want.
What was it at last? Because we had
I think it's down about 40 bucks today.
a cool 30, 40 bucks. No big deal.
Well, I got to tell you, it's not as exciting, and from a psychological perspective, if you think about it, now there's a lot of people underwater on Tilray. Where at 3 o'clock, you know what? I bet you if you went back to 3 o'clock on, was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I can't remember. I guess it was Wednesday.
Right.
It was 300 at 3 o'clock. Wow, what symbolism. And so when the bravado, like if you're a shareholder of Tilray and it's spiking to 300, everybody's up money. Do you know the testosterone in the room would be overwhelming? In other words, everybody's walking around like Woody's everywhere, right? Like it's...
You got to wear your boner pants at that point.
Cocksure comes to mind. Anyway, so you think about it, as something goes up exponential, right. Everybody's up. You can't say anything without being ridiculed, right? But then, in a matter of half an hour, the thing drops to I think I saw 166 bucks, say 170, whatever. And all of a sudden, that bravado, that greed is turned to fear, abject panic.
Yes, and earlier we were talking about emotions, and what is stronger than confidence? You're saying
what is stronger than greed?
Greed, that's the one.
And you also, the only thing that can kill greed, is panic
and fear.
Well, it's synonymous, yeah. So those are the two emotions that, when you get into this trading frenzy mania, extreme greed ultimately leads to panic. Ultimately. Because nothing goes, there's an expression, trees do not grow to heaven. So we're just talking about, viewers, we're just talking about some of the psychology here. We're just saying, it comes to an end. And we saw it with Bitcoin. Was it Bitcoin?
Well, the whole cryptocurrency space,
but it went to $20,000 around Christmas.
Well, that was Bitcoin,
Yeah, and now where is it? Like $5,000-6,000 bucks.
Yeah, I don't even look at it anymore.
Nobody does.
No,
it's like.
Yeah. So let me ask you something about Tilray. Let's just assume that you bought in at 160.
And somebody did. A lot of people did.
Tons of people did. But I'm saying, like,
what do you do now?
Well, yeah, exactly. If it's at, where is it at actually?
I think. Well, I'm gonna use my.
Yeah, you can use your phone.
You know what? Because I'm comfortable with my phone.
Everyone can see your hands, so it's all. So. Well, that's not okay anymore.
I'm putting my ass to the ground because
tying his shoelaces.
I'm a dog that's really afraid right now.
Well, exactly. I feel like you'd be running over the hill, leaving,
Okay, so Tilray, here we are. 130.
Okay.
1.
Okay, so let's say
131. So that's what's 40 of 3, 120. So we're talking. Yeah, 40% of the high.
Yeah,
but that high was so short term. But anyway,
but there's between in the 160 mark, there's a ton of people that would be in there.
Yeah.
At this point, would you be like, well, I'm going to hang on to it, or would you say like, I'm out, because you're scared that it's going to drop to, I don't know.
Yeah.
50 or 60.
Look. We had, and again. Very short term, but look you had this in here, right? This is all around the same price. Then it broke out here. I thought this was a double top, or this was a double top, and then we got this. Then we went into the stratosphere. So now we're coming back to here, and I thought this was the top. So we may get a little bounce off of here to fill this little gap in here. You know, I'd be inclined if I was a trader, and I didn't. You know, it depends how much you have. If you've got too much, and you're down a lot of money, you're going to do stupid things because losing money makes you make bad decisions.
Yeah.
But I would say there's a gap in here, a little gap, like for instance, from that tip to here is about a $10. I think there's a very good chance. You got a nice tail there. You know, tails are usually a good thing unless you got a big wick, but there's no wick here. You know, I'm inclined to say that probably we get a nice little rally here back to 160, 170. Yeah. But and anything can happen. But look at this. We had this major day here, $150 day, and the next day this thing clots all the way back to 240 something.
Yep.
So why can't we go back to 170, 180?
Well, maybe we can.
Maybe we can, but maybe.
Unless you got a big wick.
Oh, the first thing I hear is a big wick again, chasing
Big.
tails and all that kind of.
I can't pronounce my D's very well.
Oh.
Okay.
So. Okay, here we go. Look, I'm just looking at the comments, and it's overwhelmingly obvious that we have to talk about Juju.
Let's talk about Juju. Let's talk about Juju because it was halted for a day.
Cody Mason, LP Lens. Ravi doesn't want us to talk about Juju, only Namaste. Lone Raptor is into it, so let's do it up. Can I borrow your face here again?
Yeah, let's see. Hello.
That's
that's our friend
cutting
there.
bleeding edge technology.
Now so this'll come onto the big screen once you put this up. Is that correct?
I'm hoping so. Otherwise,
so just as we're sitting
Juju,
here,
I should know this because we talk about it so much, but they're on the.
I see Afria's down here a little bit here, not a lot, 38 cents on a $20 number, so that's a couple percent, I guess.
Cannabis.
Yeah, but I thought the action on Juju was pretty good today after that announcement.
Me too.
The Canopy Growth. Look at Canopy Growth down $3.
Now we might be able to say that's a bit of the Tilray effect. Is that right?
Look at the RIV just going by here down $1.20.
So wait, before we're gonna get to Juju in a second.
Okay.
But I thought about Rivers a lot because yesterday I was saying I wanted to get in on it and I thought it could run, and it's a fun stock. Bruce Linton, lots of hype. But then I realized
It's already run.
Well, long term, Rivers is probably a good investment. Like, let's say you are in it for 2 years because they've got deals nobody else has access to. Over time, they're going to make a lot of money. But in the short term, maybe the best thing to do is to look at what Rivers has its hands in and invest in those companies. And one of those companies is, for example, is JWC. And Livewell.
Okay.
So JWC, if you remember their IPO, it was at
$1.15.
That's right, and then but immediately
opened at $1.30.
That's right,
and then plummeted.
Yeah, because it was in the.
Well, it was a bad time in the market too, though.
Yeah, it was bad.
Everything was moving down, and
yeah, but Rivers owns.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
A falling tide lowers all boats, right?
Yeah, and I've been to JWC twice.
You've been to
shooting their plants and their operation and interviewing the CEO.
Shooting up their plants?
Shooting them up. I was very impressed, but
But you weren't shooting up.
No.
So Joseph, what is it? Joseph
James E. Wagner Cultivation.
Okay.
They're growing plants. They're going to be selling into rec. They're a part of Tweed Main Street.
If they've got some unique technology.
Yeah, they do aeroponics where they don't have soil or any of that.
No soil.
But no soil. They're not. You got
to be careful you don't soil your pants when if you buy Tilray at 3. Maybe you soil your pants if you buy Tilray at 3.
And maybe you need diapers. But
depends.
It certainly does depend.
Depends.
It totally depends.
Wow, look at there goes Juju at.
Okay, yeah,
okay,
let's
so
get back.
okay, so
we'll
we're
return to
jumping
this.
all over, but that's
But
okay.
the main
This
point.
is Friday. It's been a extremely emotional week.
Yeah.
Like I got to tell you, it's knocked the poop out of me. Depends.
It's been a depends. Kind
So we're going into the weekend here. We're just sort of, not a lot of.
I don't think anyone really knows where things are going to go. But on the upside, these companies like
MedMen's going by here down 50 cents. That's 8%.
Yeah. What we should do is put together at least a few companies that Rivers is into and look at how they're doing.
Sure.
'Cause
So I don't know. You know which ones they are?
Yeah, well, I just used JWC as an example, just because they're at $1.37 I saw today, which is, that's great, and their market cap is climbing up, and they're going to be selling into rec. They're in a great position, and so if you look at their investments,
Sure.
they probably know what they're doing. That was the whole point there.
How many declared investments does Rivers that have they made? Do you know the answer to that?
Well, if you go on their website, they show. I think there's between at least 6 and 8 companies that you can see that they're sort of invested into or that they're partnered with. So,
and I guess they've got a good chunk of cash.
I would think so. When you're
they've probably raised some money at what, 350?
$100 million there, and then because you're associated with Canopy and you have Bruce Linton as your acting CEO and chairman,
right.
The phone's going to be ringing off the hook. You're going to know what's going on before.
But anybody who bought it in the market, is underwater. Anybody right now.
Yes, but I think that the mind frame with them is maybe that's a 2-year investment, where if you want to make faster returns, maybe you look at what they're investing in.
Right.
And,
But I do know that when a stock drops and a lot of guys are in at higher prices, it acts almost as a ceiling psychologically. And so I'm just saying, the $10 owner, he's thinking, geez, why did I do that? There goes Tilray at $1.31.
Yeah.
Look at that, down $44. Yuck.
So
Yuck.
I've got Juju up here, but it's their U.S. exchange, so it's not going to make sense to a lot of people.
Okay, here we
But
go.
nevertheless, we can just sort of look at.
Now, is that the Juju?
Yeah.
And that's in the U.S.?
Yeah. So really, the only difference is the price is
That's
lower.
is the exchange.
Well, this is American dollars,
Yeah.
right?
So the currency.
The high of the day today, for example, was I think it was 35 cents Canadian.
Well, we could put it in. We could put JU hyphen .CNX.
There we go.
There we
go. So 35.
Okay, so hit 35, right?
Yeah.
And but
this is on the, so they were halted, just to recap, they were halted by themselves for pending news. They announced their acquisition of, I'm going to mess this up, Green.
Verity.
Yeah, Verde.
Which is a California.
Yeah.
Here, let me help you out.
Let's get some help.
Let's get some facts. Control room. What did Juju buy? Answer is
Verde. Yeah, they make cookies. Thank you. La Vida Verde.
Wasn't there a song like that? La Via Loca or something?
That's not one I care to remember though too much. That's Ricky Martin. And
Ricky.
That was really annoying.
International Canada brands to acquire 51% of La Vida Verde.
Yeah.
La Vida Verde, the green life.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. Okay, so look at this. We've got everything's going by here. Now these are main ones here. Canopy's down, Riv is down, Rivers, Canada Trust is down. Not much.
Yeah.
Not much is up, but there's a few. You can't help but feel, again, I hate to use this, the wind's been taken out of the sails a bit. The Chronos coming off. Look at that. That's a big drop. $1.55. You know, when everything's hot and the money's flowing in, the money's flowing in.
That's James.
Hey,
James,
look at this.
what's on his head?
He's on his skateboard.
Hang on.
He's on his skateboard.
Wait, let's join him, Ed.
Wait a minute.
James, what's going on?
Hey, James.
I'm drinking Red Stripe in Jamaica, man.
I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think, who is this clown?
Yeah.
Clown? I'll give you a clown, Milewski.
What about your toque? Can I borrow your toque when you get back? It's going to be cold tomorrow.
Is that a do-rag?
Does he have on a do-rag?
Is that a do-rag?
What is
James,
that?
is that a
we're
do-rag?
gonna have,
What the hell's going on?
It's a cap he's got on backwards.
Okay.
We're gonna have Richard Bailey here in just a second. He's the weekend's man in Jamaica. We've just done a site visit to their plantation where unfortunately I couldn't get signal. So I have shot a great deal of awesome drone footage, which I'm looking forward to cutting into a nice video for everybody. But we're here just outside of Montego Bay, Jamaica, on the ocean, looking north, man.
So, James, have you had some good, nice hat. Have you had some good jerk chicken or what?
Yeah. It's actually, hold on. I'm going to break my rule of not promoting any company, but it's the weekend. Oh,
It
Anyway.
is the weekend.
is the quality of the audio and video sufficient to proceed? Do you guys think?
Yeah, the audio is great. The
You
video.
know, if you put your hands out, it looks like you're on a skateboard. Just
Well, I
do
can't
that.
because I'm
Looks like
holding
you're
the camera.
Looks like you're on a skateboard.
Hold on, Richard. Richard.
This is a waste of time today.
Wow.
Richard.
Waste of time. I will go talk to them. This is a waste of time.
How many beers have you had so far today?
I haven't had too many, Edward, because I've been busy flying the drone. Okay.
Okay. What do you got? A skateboard?
Oh,
Please. So this is my new friend Richard Bailey, right?
How you guys doing?
And
Good, how
Richard,
are you
what do
doing?
you
How are
do
you
with the weekend?
Well, I'm the president of Tropicana, which is a Jamaican subsidiary of the Weekend, and so I'm out here building an awesome project.
Awesome. And tell me about the project. What's the size of the footprint, and what kind of operation is it? Is it outdoor, indoor greenhouse? What do we got?
So we got 98 acres. We're working off of 10 acres right now. We've got a herb house, which is it's a dispensary, as most people might know it, consistent with a restaurant, so people can come in, get jerk chicken, cool Jamaican food. If you want burgers and fries, you can get that as well. I think we lost the signal.
You guys still there? No, we lost. Shit. Are you guys still there?
yes, we are.
Tell them not to
Oh, so you can hear everything okay?
Yeah, but you need the phone to be closer to the guest there because it's a little tough to hear.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. We do this. Tell you what, let's grab a seat on this blue thing over here. I'm actually going to point the camera the other way because the white balance is washing out. Let's see here.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see, not quite. Almost. There. Now we can have a proper conversation.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice. All right, so Richard, you were saying that you got how many acres?
Yeah, so we have 98 acres right now, and then we're working off of acres. We have a greenhouse. We just finished putting up a 8,000 square foot greenhouse. We have a massive outdoor grow on 5 acres where we just finished harvesting over 500 pounds for a client here in Jamaica, as well as we have our herb house. And so the herb house is pretty cool because there's nothing like it. You go in, you pick your different strains. We have another private area where you can smoke, which is nicely ventilated. And then in the other half of the area, we have a full-on restaurant where you can get jerk chicken, rice and peas, like great Jamaican cuisine, and or we've made it comfortable and Americanized as well, so that as people visit from other parts of the world, you're getting a first world operation in a third world country. So and then the great thing about it is we've made it an experience, and so that's what we really wanted to create. So not only do we have those two things, but we're putting in a zip line where it's going to be the only place that you can zip line through a ganja field. You'll be able to. We have the only 10-foot large infused marijuana fountain. Where great for pictures and backgrounds like that. So we've got and then we made a super cool man-made waterfall so that when you're having something to eat, you can kick back, relax. So, we've got Dunn's River Falls, we've got like Mystic Mountain, and we've got it all in one. And so it's going to be a real cool project.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, one of the things that I was really surprised to hear about was cost per gram of production, which in this country is so incredibly small that the economics of what you were doing, I was really shocked to hear about that.
Yeah, so what's great is with doing our outdoor grow, we can grow at 7.5 cents, and we always knew that we would have it under 10 cents. But
did you hear that?
We did
Boys, 7.5 cents per gram.
We just completed
Seven
that.
and a half cents per gram.
That's it. That's all.
Can I buy a few grams? I'll take 100.
Absolutely.
I'll bring some home for you, Ed. Just don't tell the border guards.
Yeah, you can just reel it back on the private jet.
Well, that's hey, we don't want to have any more extra time at customs than we're already going to have flying back to Jamaica.
Soft.
No doubt.
Yeah, soft, exactly. So, Richard, tell me, the weekend is going to go public in the next couple of weeks here. So the symbol is going to be YOLO on the CSE, and this is one of the Stadnik groups. This is their third cannabis play, and so if you look at the charts of Supreme Pharma and you look at the chart of TGIF, I think you'll see what you can expect with YOLO, though that is in by no way a prediction, and full disclosure, I do own the stock. And plus, I'm moving to Jamaica. Come on.
He's moving in.
Yeah, exactly. So, you guys got any more smart questions for us?
Yeah, when are we opening the Jamaican office?
Yeah, when we open our little Midas Letter Jamaican office that I can live in?
What do you think I'm doing here?
He's here setting up.
You're sort of a trailblazer.
Well, not really, because if I was a trailblazer, I'd be ruining lots of good ganja. So I'm setting up a little hut in the middle of the ganja field where I shall occupy the twin functions of quality control as well as Midas Letter. I don't know what I'll be. I'll be a Jamaican correspondent, I suppose.
We'll find something for him to do out here. But, we're looking to open probably the second week of January. And, so we have to get you guys down here and show you the experience.
Awesome.
Wow.
You guys are having way more fun than we're
What's
having.
the temperature there right now?
Well, it's probably 30, feel like 40.
Let's just say my shirt is not dry, not from rain.
Okay.
All right, well, yeah, that sounds...
Hey, so how about that Tilray? What's going on, Ed?
Well, you know what? The theme here is the wind has been taken out of the sails a bit. Down another $40
you gotta stop blowing
today.
out your position.
This is Tilray today.
That's not fireworks.
How are the other stocks in the sector doing?
Well, they're not, like we have Canopy's down $3. Afria's down a bit. They're all down a bit. There's a few smaller ones that are up.
Right.
We had Keith Merker here today, and he's got a great story. They're down 10 cents. MedMen's down 47. That's just going by the screen. This Tilray's hurt the...
Okay, well, it sounds depressing. I'm going to remedy my depression with more Red Stripe, the beer of Jamaica, man.
I think you should drink one for me. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Nice meeting you, young fella.
Cool.
Well, that was a good, nice distraction.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Weekend Unlimited in just a few days ago, and then prior to that, they've been on the radar. So,
well, you know what? We mentioned WeedMD.
Let's do it.
I think WeedMD, Keith Merker, great fellow, and had a great 15-minute session. Why don't we hear from Keith?
Why don't we?
I wonder if the control room is going to help us out.
Aye, mates.
We're here. We are, and today we got an old friend joining me, Keith Merker, WeedMD. Couple of locations, Elmer and
Correct.
Strathroy, and we've had some fun together. We've had a great sushi dinner, and we also got on the wrong train together, which was amazing because I was telling you about this lady that got on the train with me to London, and she was going to Ottawa, and then we proceeded to get on a train going to Ottawa. And if I wouldn't have heard all the people talking French. Anyway, it's great to see you, Keith.
It's truly a treat, Ed. I wasn't expecting to see you today, so
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
In my defense, I was a train rookie at the time. I think it was my second time on the train, which is a wonderful experience living in London, Ontario.
Now, do you train quite a bit now?
I do. I do.
It's a great way to travel.
It is.
You know what? No, you can work.
Get a ton of work done.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
No
get
stress.
Fed.
Yeah.
No stress.
Yeah, yeah.
It can take you an hour to get from Queen Street to the Gardner. So
You know what? Yeah, and if
you're driving.
and I just got a rail pass,
Yep.
which gives me 20 one-way trips for in a 30-day period, and it's very reasonable. Like it's $35 a shot.
I feel like this is becoming a Via Rail commercial.
Okay, let's move
But
on
yeah.
here. So WeedMD, when I met you, the company was private. You guys had this vision. We were eating sushi, drinking copious amounts of sake, having a laugh, and wow. I think you had 10 employees, 12 employees, and now you have...
And we just embarked on, I think at that point in time, a $30 million valuation raise.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting at $250 million with 120 employees. At that time, we had about 10.
120. And how much cash do you have now? How much cash?
We've got over $40 million in the bank.
Nice.
So well-funded. We've got a mortgageable property at the Strathroy location, so we have access to further non-dilutive capital there.
Okay.
So to your
So-
point,
so
two
you-
facilities up and running.
Yeah.
Elmer going great guns.
Now you just completed your first harvest.
We did.
Now tell me about that.
So this is, to be specific, our first harvest at the expansion site. So our second site in Strathroy,
Yeah.
which I'm going to argue here on live television, that we turned it around probably quicker than anyone has done so in this industry,
Yeah.
to the scale and capacity that we have currently
Yeah.
online and will have online by end of
Yeah, you guys strike me as operators. You guys strike me as,
We're not fooling around.
yeah,
We're not fooling
where the
around.
rubber meets the road.
That's right. So again, this facility in Strathroy,
Yeah.
14 acres of greenhouse, 98 acre property. The folks at Perfect Pick Farms, who we've taken over the farm from, were growing tomatoes in the space that now houses cannabis back in December.
yeah.
So we flipped it. We started working in January in earnest. We got licensed in June, and our first harvest came down 2 weeks ago. And there's further harvests coming down, I think,
So
this week.
just for the, how many harvests can you do in a year?
So right now we have 44,000 square feet licensed, or 1 acre of licensed space at this site. We've got 4 grow rooms in operation now. One's a mom room. 3 of them are now flowering rooms.
Right.
2 of them are 10,000 square feet. The third that's flowering currently is 5,000 square feet. We brought down the 10,000 square feet flower room 1. The second one's coming on shortly. We have 6 rooms that are now awaiting regulatory approvals.
Okay.
It's another 60,000 square feet that'll be online hopefully within the next month.
Having a little bit of issues
Canada.
with that interview, so
Technical difficulties?
yeah, apologize for that. We'll get back to that because Keith is a pretty awesome guy.
Yeah, Keith's great. And
company
so we
looks
can
good.
show it again.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
But in short, the company looks good. Keith is a good leader. They're looking to open up
Well
some office in Toronto. That's what you got from
Well funded.
yeah.
They're doing some genetic stuff in Australia.
They're selling their seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big breakthrough.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to sell your seed.
Well, that's what stud dogs do. So we are
on the farm.
I'm sorry about this, guys, but Namaste is this overwhelming. We're getting blasted by Namaste comments. So
Okay.
we've got their 1-day chart up. If we can get that on the screen.
Well, let's put up a
All that we know is that they've been halted.
okay 340. It's halted here all day.
Yeah.
Let's put up a, that's a 1 day. Let's put up a 5, let's put up a 10 day.
Well, this is a 5. You want to go right?
Right to 10.
Okay. 5.
Okay, that's
This is 10. So
okay, so look, there's the back where Citron came out and basically said it was worth a quarter.
yeah, and then it's recovered.
Dramatically.
Yeah.
So something's up.
Yeah.
The real, like again, technically, is it going to be able to get through this in here, which looks pretty formidable? But we've had a real bounce here. Look, this looked like 2 and a quarter, 235. Here we are, a buck higher. Now it's halted, but we don't know why.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we could try to speculate why, but it's
That's not going to get us anywhere.
yeah. I mean, what can we say about?
Well,
Namaste?
listen. There's still a lot of froth in this space, and for whatever they did or they didn't do, right now if you're selling your position at 250, 260, 270, and here it is at 340, you feel kind of foolish.
Yeah.
So
Here's my take on Namaste. Is it's a polarizing company. A lot of people think that the sort of culture built around the company. Some people are turned off by it, and other people are loving it. It's sort of like they had the pledge party with people who agreed to hang on to their shares and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different that way. But I think one thing that's you can't really argue against is a lot of people have made a lot of money investing in Namaste. So, and their halt, whatever the reason might be, perhaps it could be something positive and send them even further. So
pledging to hold your paper could be financial suicide, or it could be good because there's guys that bought private placements and they would have sold except they couldn't, and the stock went up, and they're saying, boy, it's a good thing I couldn't sell my paper because I was forced to hold on.
Yeah.
Conversely, there's a lot of people out there that would have liked to have sold their paper, but they couldn't, and then it went down. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. That's so we'll see. I mean, we got to know what the news is. Something's up.
Yeah.
Something's up.
Yeah.
The Tilray, by the way, is heading south here late in the day. We've got 20 minutes to go. Tilray was just 132.3. Now it's 127. Yeah, that. Did I hear something from the uncontrollable room?
The uncontrollable room. The uncontrolled room.
Now, what we were going to talk also about WeedMD. Now I see. Look at, for whatever reason, and I know they had a luncheon today, and it's down a dime. No big deal. I also noticed JWCA's down a bit. It was up. Oh, you know what's up big today is Chiron.
Chiron, so I went down there and shot in Colombia, and we have a Midas Letter Films video out on that. And I remember being there, and first of all, Bogota is awesome.
I know a friend who was there, and he said it was beautiful.
It's amazing.
Nice temperature because
like
it's
spring
up.
all the time. You're not, you don't have sweaty
pits.
Yeah, you don't got them sweaty pits there in Bogota. But
if life is a bowl of cherries, why am I always in the pits?
I think that comment speaks for itself. Anyway, the temperature is good for cannabis. They have 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of
that's
nighttime.
It's pretty steady, right? Because they're so close to the equator.
Labor's cheap. Yeah, exactly. The days are the same, 365.
Yeah.
Waters was free for them or super cheap for some reason. They have a system going through. Labor's cheap.
Right.
Everything about it made sense. They have they got their licenses early and right away. They're totally compliant, and it was part of the whole summer where all these stocks were just sort of like sitting there and not really doing anything and causing disappointment. And then once things started to pick up in the last couple weeks, now Chiron's starting to show its value.
Yeah. Well, that lady was on the show. She's a doctor, a specialist in the CBD space, I believe, the pain aspect. You know, and you went on and said, hey, if this was the company from, is it Paraguay or Uruguay that got bought out?
Uruguay. Yeah.
Uruguay, which is it's legal there.
Yep.
If that's worth that, this swing is extremely undervalued.
And they have the whole South American market.
And they've got
right there
relationships with these medical associations.
Yep. They were.
Let's put up the chart of Chiron here. Let's just take a look. KHR.
I'm going to borrow your face again.
Hello. There you go.
Okay.
KHRN.
KHRN.
Let's try not to knock over my vodka. I mean water.
This is the thing here. And what's their exchange? The CSE or the venture? Do you know?
Try CA. CA.
There it is. Okay. We're at a, this is just a 10-day, which maybe makes sense because most of the action has been in the last.
Wow. So this
10
thing was
sessions.
up to $1.80 today?
Whoa. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. That's a.
Yeah.
Now, what have you got up here? Is that a 1 day?
10-day.
10 day, okay.
And this is the thing, is it everything in the summer, it seemed obvious. Like these good companies that were sort of like, you know, if you wanted the best return on your investment, like a company like JWC or Chiron, it seemed obvious, but nothing was happening. So you felt the urge to get out perhaps and do something else. But now you can see these are the companies that are giving great returns. Just so what was the, you know, let's
Look
go
at
to a
this.
month.
This thing was having trouble.
You're a month ago. You're
It was under $1.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're
Now you're 50, 60%, 70%.
You're
Although
rocking.
I don't. Again, you know, we talk about big tails. Here we had a big, but you know what? It doesn't always work. Today here was a big wick, and then continued strength.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a big wick, another big. Yeah. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Clearly, look at this. There's definitely, this is the moving average here in the middle, and look at the volume. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
big winner there today.
this is why it's so hard to make money.
Maybe we should throw up the Midas, some of these indices that we've compiled.
Okay.
And because I got a sense that some of the smaller ones are stronger today. Like not that Chiron's small, but it's not $1 billion market cap.
No, and they haven't been around since 2013.
Yeah. So
it's a little different.
Every
right?
big one I've looked at is down that I could see. For instance, Cannabis down, Afria's down, Aurora's down.
Yep. And here they are right here.
Okay, here we go.
So the big thing to me here, though, is that the well, let's see.
Can we click on that change thing? I think.
Yeah. Do you want the biggest loser?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
So Kronos has gone down.
Kronos is down 9%.
But here's what I'll say about this: is yesterday was a great day for everybody, and Aurora, for example, who's right there in the middle. Yeah, you can see. Yesterday they were up 10%, maybe 11%, something like that.
Yeah.
So pulling back, 3%. That's fine. It's
but I can't help but think this is being painted with the Tilray
stink.
I
don't want to say that really.
It's
sort of gone out of control. And when James was here and he was showing the level 2, and we were just watching it click by, it was all algorithms.
Yeah.
It was just so it's hard to you can't really blame anyone.
Let's go and let's take a look at the smaller market caps.
Okay.
Let's say go to index page on the
Canadian. This is the CSE, which is James always says is the biggest.
Let's
return.
take a look here. Let's see what we got.
I think it's.
They're all down there too, except for.
Tree of Knowledge Corp is up 42%. Toki. Crop is up big. A lot of people are into crop. I've noticed there's a lot of comments about crop. There's Tammy Kirby saying crop and DNAX.
Right.
Yeah, and then Nika Domi is saying, what about Organogram? The news went out about the stock. That's right. Organogram did have something going on, but
What about?
How about
Look at this. Look what's up 8% here. Is Isodial International, and that
Isodial.
thing, is it? I can never get that right. Jeez. Jesus
Isodial.
Christo.
Yeah.
Isodial.
Now you're screwing me up. It's Isodial, I think.
Isodial.
Yeah.
Let's get James back on the phone. James, what is it?
Yeah, they're doing well. There's Juju is
Juju's up 18%.
Yeah.
Up in nickel. Wow.
So then you look on the flip side, and there's Green Thumb Industries. That's a
Yeah.
Medman. Yep.
Well,
It's kind of a mixed bag for the
up
CSE.
okay, so that's okay. Let's look at one more index,
All right.
and I want to look at the ones that I think are from $500 million to $1 billion. Is that a category?
We'll put up the
Let's go to the
venture just to take a peek there, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the venture, and we didn't look at that yesterday.
Okay, there's NAM. Okay, Namaste's in there. Chiron's in there. Okay, that's yeah. Okay.
Delta 9?
And that's done by VAC Pharmaceuticals. Chiron's up there 10%. Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of companies in here, and it's funny because a day like today, there's a few here that I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I notice Allison Gordon's
Allison
company,
Gordon,
48 North. Yeah. No, she's very passionate. Really liked talking to her yesterday.
Yep.
Kronos there is gone by here down $1.62.
I mean, yeah, Kronos being on the exchange that they're on.
I'm going to change the subject here just because I noticed something happened today, and I've been watching copper because of our.
Let's do it.
Steve Dunn has got this big property with a big resource in Northeast California, but I guess they came out with copper inventories today, and they were down dramatically on the metals exchange in England, and copper jumped. The price of copper jumped about 11 cents a pound, which works out to about 4%. But it has been in a virtual free fall, but today it looks like it's reversed.
Yeah.
And they're talking about China getting back into infrastructure spending, and you need copper for everything. And
As
where's it going to come from?
and yeah, China, as Donald Trump would say. China.
Yeah, well-
So, but that is, I mean, if they want to get into, that's going to make a difference.
You know what? It takes so long to bring on production.
Yeah.
It takes and a lot of money, but copper is back to. I think I'm going to check on my.
I thought you said 280 at some point.
Well, it was a couple weeks ago. We were sitting at
260 or something.
yeah,
crazy.
around 260. I think it touched 255. Okay, as of right now, and I believe this is pretty live. 284, up 10 cents. That's up 3.8%. The high was 287. Yeah, so copper. Listen, it gets used up every day, and I notice oil is well over $70. Gold had a bad day, but also zinc is strong. So there's expansion in the world. It would appear India is moving along, and so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to, if you're going to build a city or, power a city,
Yeah.
you're going to need a ton of copper. All the electric vehicles use 5 times the amount of copper as a regular one.
Yeah. Let's put up a chart of CMMC, which is a copper producer in Canada.
An active producer?
It produces.
CMMC?
We're producing all the time, and it should be noted
This is
if
not
you
it.
put up CMMC colon.ca.
Okay. On the venture?
There we go.
Copper
That's it.
Mountain?
Yeah. Let's put up a 3-year chart.
3-year. Okay.
Yeah. Let's put up a 5-year chart because I want to make a point. Yeah, here. So apparently, the day they went into production, and this was, I think, told to me by one of the guys that financed this thing, was way back in here, and if I'm wrong, call me up and yell at me. But I think this is when they went into production, and quite often, you know, we're talking about a big deposit. We're talking about going into production, so it's live, so it's now got revenues. It's the top of the market, and then plunge. Here we go, down to 30, 40, 50 cents for a year, all the time now producing, but now we're starting to move back up because this thing's, as the price of copper goes up, this throws off a lot of cash. So, maybe, and the point we can make here is when the marijuana stocks actually start selling marijuana,
Yeah.
maybe it's going to be over for a while. Like,
Well,
we're moving, like it's all, sort of theoretical right now, isn't it? Like, hey, we're going to do this, but maybe when the reality sets in and
when the shit hits the fan.
well, maybe the profits, and I'm not saying all of them, because there's going to be some good ones, but a lot of them are never going to make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the .com days, and I remember those days. Like, they started, they never could make money. Anyway, so there we are.
Or even if the action slows down. Like if it becomes more traditional, investing in cannabis,
Yeah.
then, that'll be different for a lot of people who jumped into the space for the first time. There's so many people out there who have never invested in stocks, but jumped in because of cannabis.
And
It's
look,
incredible, actually.
And we saw a lot of small orders, like people are buying 20 shares, 30 shares, 100 shares. We haven't talked about XRO for a while. Let's throw that up. XRO, which we saw.
And what do they do?
Well, they're into battery technology. They're into making electric motors more efficient.
They're part of the
XRO.CNX. There we go. And let's put up a 1 year.
1 year. There you go.
So, and again, we were in here, and they did raise some money, and we had a nice run here, and a number of our friends bought some stock, but we're expecting news. Kyle DeYoung was here, who his dad's David Eaton. They were in the office. They're big shareholders. There's news coming. It's not going to happen overnight, but people there's a big people are competing for this investment dollar. It's you don't get anything, so you say, hey, why do I want to be involved in something? So maybe they sell it off, which maybe is the wrong thing to do. But now that it's sold off, maybe it's worth looking at. But it's hard to compete with the marijuana dollar.
I think if there was no cannabis at all, let's just pretend it was done, you'd be interested
Drinking
in
more.
Well, but what stocks would you be into? Probably like renewable, electric car, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that will eventually lead to copper and lithium and all this other stuff.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Companies that are invested in,
So here we are. We got 4 minutes to go.
Until
it's
the
been
close.
it's been sort of a rough week.
Wait, do you know anything about XLY?
XLY, Oxley. Yeah,
Oxley.
Yeah, sure. That thing is.
Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, let's
Oxley?
put it up. Let's see what it looks like.
It's not right.
XLY :CA.
On the venture? They're there.
There you go. Yeah, now that used to be called
This is a
Cannabis
1 year chart,
Sweden.
though. That's right.
Yeah, and so let's
Let me
put
do.
up-
You want the year? Or 6
Yeah, like 1 year chart, because then we can.
I just feel like when we put up the year chart, you're looking at like.
Well, look
that
at
was the best day
spectacular move.
ever
Yeah.
for everyone, though. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like.
Yeah, but so look at the correction. Hey, all the way back down here at about 75 cents, and there's a lot of stock in this thing. I think there's about 500 million shares, maybe 600,000 shares. But then
600
again,
million.
when Constellation Brands when they made their move into Canopy,
Yeah.
a lot of people got pulled up. Rising tide lifts all boats. Look at this. Look at this thing. Doubled from 75 cents to $1.50. And since then, though, you know.
That brings up a good point, though, because last year, when it was, say, December and January, there's a ton of people that got into the market that have either been sold for a loss or have been waiting for their original investment to at least break even.
Yeah.
And so if you look at some of the companies like Afria, you've probably been able to do that or get close.
Yeah.
This one, not really.
Well, you look at there's been some serious money made here.
Yeah.
But maybe, well, look at not by these people though. Anybody over here, all this volume,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
they're all in the ditch.
That's what I'm saying, but not just this company. It's across the board.
Yeah. You know what? Let's take a look at Huge, Huge, on the CNX. HUGE colon CNX.
They haven't been around long enough for the year.
Now what do we got here? We got okay. What's that? Last at 88.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Now there. This is. Look at this thing. This thing came from. They had a big. I think they went public at 9 cents or 7 cents, 8 cents. I mean, a lot of paper here. $1.3 billion. Anthony Durkach heavily involved. I mean, good for Anthony, making lots of money here. Look at this move, 20 cents.
Namaste on the bottom there, kicking some ass on the bottom there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that live now? Are they back?
Well, it's probably on a bit of a delay, but still, it's going to finish there. Oh, it's live? So up 11 cents on the
So
day.
they well. But this is look at there's some bad press I think that came out. We had a big candle here where the thing went down here, came back to 60, and it's having looks like it's having some resistance here in this high 80, 90 cents. But
here's one question that's worth considering, because this happens every week, and then maybe we'll toss back to the video, or we might actually have to put that up separately because we're having a bit of issues. But
okay.
We've got a question that is, in a nutshell, saying, when you're at the end of the week like this, how can you get a feel for Monday? Like, and if you're looking at today and the week,
you know what? A lot of traders won't take positions overnight. Like if you're trading, and I think there is a bit of a trading mentality here. We're not.
Yeah.
Let's face it. A lot of the issues that we're talking about here, it's about let's make some quick money. We're not, long-term investors. I mean, like a lot of the money's been made.
Yeah, and that's fine.
So
that's why
what are you
people
thinking going into next week? You know what? Maybe.
For me, I'm a little bit of a wait and see based on how ridiculous this week was.
Look at Tilray. Look at Tilray. It was just 128, now 122.
And you can't factor in. You can't factor in what Tilray is going to do to everybody else.
No, but you know what else you can't do? Like it's like saying you think tomorrow's going to be a hot day, but you know what? There's supposedly a big storm coming through. Temperatures are going to drop. Day to day, it's almost impossible. That's why the shorter the time frame, the harder it is.
I think we can say that Tilray's definitely affected all the other stocks, but to what extent? And now, let's say Tilray next week, for whatever reason, is it in the 90s. Does that mean Canopy goes below 60, or is it going to be different? Like, I don't know.
Let's put up the weed. Let's put up WEED colon.
I don't think we need a colon for that one.
You don't, eh? Weed is not a valid symbol. Yeah, put up a colon and put up CA.
That's the venture, though. Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. So
this is 6 months.
Yeah, okay. Look we were interested in this action here. Okay, so Constellation Brands.
So let me bring it in.
Up and away.
Let's bring it into a month then. Or is that too?
Yeah, I think we get a better perspective if you put that a little longer up, because I get it.
This is 3.
Okay, so there we go. Look at, we had this off. Now we got to run here. This candle and this candle. I got a sense that right now maybe we're topping out a bit, and now we're coming like this. and we had this big spread in the Bollinger, and look, narrow leads to wide, leads to narrow. So you know, maybe just maybe we're coming to an end of a run here, and I'm not, you know, maybe it's going to be a while.
Peter Paul, hello, thanks for watching. It says Tilray has definitely spooked the market.
I have to agree with that fellow. I don't know him.
But that's a good word, I think.
He wants to
you're
come by and
here's MTLO. So I'm going to give
all right,
a little bit of my embarrassing. They had a 3-day run on their IPO. Bruce Linton is on the board. They're a technology company. I did a little. I don't normally do this. Oh, they're coming in on Monday. So
MTLO.
They had a huge run. Huge run.
Market's now closed.
Yeah. But they went up on their second day of trading like 150%.
Right.
And since then, things have calmed off quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, but the way I dealt with it is I didn't hold it. I did a couple of trades and made some money, and then I bought some at the top and lost like a good chunk of change. So that stings. I don't love that, but that's me not, you know, knowing what I'm doing like a lot of people. So I'm okay to admit that because I'm not a.
I bought AUSA because I heard James tell me it went from 10 to 16, trading at 3. By the time I got in there and I got the bravado to buy it, it was already at 4. I bought it at 4 and then it closed at 3, and I thought to myself, you know, I'm getting a haircut that I don't really want right now. Well, you know what? Then it jumped the next day, and I could have made a fairer pass, but I didn't. I basically lost a little. But I was prepared to lose a little, and I felt good because I was down, 25, 30% of my investment. The way if you're up or down determines a lot on how you trade.
And it's easy to look back on it and say, "Oh, I should have done this," but it's impossible.
Now, Juju,
right time to buy what? MTLO?
Put it up.
I'm just going to tell everybody that MTLO, Martello Technologies, they're going to be in here on Monday. So you guys can hear from I'm assuming it's the CEO.
Is that one of those?
Yeah, we're going to MTLO.
There you go. Let's get back into picture here, folks.
So we're going to
look. It's, you know what? We've had a hell of a week.
Here's their. I'm going to do their, I guess, 10-day because it'll show their IPO. So you had.
Wow.
I'm going to pen this one. I'm going to bust out this pen.
Click it.
And see if we can do this. So you had this first day, and a lot of people didn't know what was going on. I got in somewhere around here, and there was this crazy run, and then look at that, this is insane.
Did you make money on this?
I did, but then I lost all of it and then some because I got, I guess, greedy is the right word, and then it went down. But if I held my original position and just chilled out, I probably would have made some money and whatever.
If you're going to trade, you really want to make money. You're not really interested in
well, you don't want to lose money, right?
But the point is, like, if you get in and get out and you've made money, and it keeps going up, you may be tempted to buy it back.
It was a dumb move. It was a rookie kind of a move.
Well,
I didn't really do enough due diligence, and the fact that I had already made money, I should have said,
I like the way it's holding here. It's sort of come down here, and it's sort of leveling out. It looks like it's getting ready for another run.
Well, at least it's over its IPO price, and it's, but the main thing is I just didn't know enough about it to really be doing what I was doing. So lost some cash.
Okay. Well, look we've covered a lot of them, and unfortunately we didn't get a chance to hear Keith through the piece.
That's right. So
we can get him back on Monday, you think? I
think that's what we'll do. Is we're going to re-air Keith Merker's interview on Monday. Keith is, as we've said already, one of the best speakers. Like as a leader of a company, he's incredible that way, and they're up to good things. I was impressed. You interviewed him. I think you were impressed too. So
Keith. I like Keith. I like what they're doing. They're keeping their their core management team kind of lean. They're not spending a lot of money. They got a lot of cash. They were trying to make a pretty big acquisition, and they got sort of interfered with by another company, but they picked up a $10 million breakup fee. Yeah. So there's WeedMD going across at 220. That's down 14 cents. I mean,
Yeah, but it's still doing well relative.
oh
to-
sure,
yeah.
sure. But you know what? Like this gentleman said earlier, Tilray spooked the market.
And we're getting close to, well, not that close.
Another
to
month.
Halloween. It will be a stock chart for Halloween.
I'm scared. Trick or treat. Will it be a trick or a treat?
Add the stock.
Jesus.
So apologies for the mistake on the video. We'll air that on Monday. We're going to cut it here. I'm sure a bunch of people are
It's- you
missing
know what?
James. It's not
You know what?
quite the same.
James is so far away. He's drinking Red Stripe.
I want to drink some Red Stripe too. It's Friday. The market's closed. What are we doing here?
You know what we're doing? We're gonna say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.